Hi guys, I'm aware there are a lot of people who have applied for ICICI PO and they have given their written assessment, waiting for GD and PI. In this video, I'm going to explain you about personal interview, how to crack this interview. Okay, there's a lot of content already regarding GD, regarding interview in my channel. Please go ahead and check out and do subscribe, guys. I'll also give you some quick tips of how you can do well in your interview. All right. Cool. Guys, regarding an interview, the first thing is introduction. So you all should prepare. So the key is that you should not go more than 60 to 90 seconds. Okay. Now, what will you cover? Don't go into everything that you know about yourself, or don't speak everything about yourself in just the what do you say? Introduction itself, okay, because you'll then run out of content. So you need to be very crisp. So what will you cover? So talk about a little, if you have working experience, talk about your working experience, then your education, where are you from, and then anything unique about yourself which is not in your CV. Okay, and make your CV also pretty simple. If you make it very complicated, then there will be a lot of questions from your CV. So you need to ensure that say if you're freshers, it will be anyways basic. If you're experienced also, do not put too many things, okay, everything that you do, because then there will be a lot of questions. Most of the interviewers who will be there are all professionals. They're working, they're managers and various other designations, so they know a lot about industry. And because you are freshers, you should reflect that you are fresher, okay, so they don't go into too much of detail. But in case you reflect that hey, you are experienced, then you should be prepared well, at least about whatever that you're writing in your CV and your whatever is your work experience that you will talk about, so that if there is a cross question, you're able to answer confidently. So you need to take care of this point. Say for example, if you want to give your introduction, it should be like, hey, my name is Sushil. I have 2 years of work experience. I worked in a pharmaceutical company for around 2 years. Prior to that, I have completed my education in Bachelor of Commerce, and I belong to Kolkata. In my free time, I like to swim. That's my what do you say, interest, and I am very much passionate about swimming. So it should be pretty crisp, talking about your a bit of your work, a bit of your education, where you belong from, and a bit of your unique interests, okay. And in case you want to talk about a little, you can also talk about your family background, but that should also be pretty crisp, but don't go beyond 90 seconds. Cool. All right, so this is your introduction. Next is I'll tell you about 2 themes in the discussion to crack ICICI PO interview. Let me tell you guys that the rejection percentage in the interview is approximately 50%. Okay, so be careful, because if you do slight here and there, you will see rejections. And let me tell you, people who are able to project that they are too talented will get rejected a lot of time. Okay, because banking is an industry where they are not being rockets, right? So they don't need very talented people. So what do they need? They need people who are dedicated and who actually need the job, because sometimes the job locations are not favorable, sometimes departments are not favorable, sometimes you don't get your hometown, and if people are very talented, they will not go, or maybe they will not take that pain. So what they need is people who actually need the job. Okay, so there is 2 themes that you need to reflect during your overall conversation. Now, how you want to do it, you can decide. One theme is that you have to reflect that you have need of the job. That means, say for example, if you're talking about your background, and if you say that hey, my father is doing a great business and I actually want to become a businessman, but I don't have anything to do, and that's why I'm doing this. So anyways, you're not going to get the job. That's one. Maybe even if you want to leave in just 2-3 months, but you should not reflect that in your interview if you want to get selected. That's one. Second, say for example, so what you should reflect. So you should talk about there will be good things in your background, there will be average thing or not so good things. keep apart the good things, okay? So I wish everyone has a lot of good things, but then during the discussion try to reflect your not so good things in your background. Like for example, say if your childhood was a little struggle where there was some financial crunch, or maybe during your middle schools, or this point of time ongoing. So talk about those what do you say, issues and area, so that people believe that yes, this guy needs a job. Like for example, say, hey, my father is having a business of grocery, and I've seen him doing work for us and earning for us since my childhood. And now since I'm a graduate, I want to contribute towards the earning of my family. And I also want to take off the load of my father. I'll feel like more than happy if I'm able to contribute to my father's earning, or the family's earning, and if I'm able to contribute. So that's pretty so you have to reflect why the need is there, and you have to be very very true. If you try to frame it, it will not reflect good, okay? So that's why I'm saying, from your background, look at what is good, what is not so good. Not so good will help you to reflect that theme, that you need the job. This is pretty critical. What is next? Next is, you have to reflect that you will be dedicated if given an opportunity. And how will you reflect is that by showing respect towards the job or towards the opening. So say for example, if you say that, hey, I want to go to government bank, but I'm not getting it, and hence I'm trying it here, that will never help you, or they will never get you the job, because they know that today you didn't get, and that's why you're here, and tomorrow when you get it, you will move on. So you have to reflect that, hey, it's a great opportunity to be into banking, and being ICICI Bank, one of the technologically most advanced organization, private sector, they're one of the top banks, and given an opportunity, I would put all my hard work, and would definitely like to be successful in my career, starting from ICICI Bank, and would definitely like to make a good career within the bank. So that's one area that you need to focus. Never reflect that you don't care about, it's a private job, it's a banking, and because there's nothing else, that's why I'm trying it. That won't help. So this is your second theme that you should focus on. And if you're able to reflect these two, which is you need the job and you will be dedicated and you have respect for the job, majority of the time you will get through. So that's the two things that you should reflect. Apart from that, some regular questions I'll quickly help you. The first thing is they will ask you is about why do you want to join banking. Now I'll give you some idea about how you can answer that question. See, banking is a respectable job, okay? In society, if you're a banker, you are given a respect. Like doctor is medicine is a profession. Doctors are professionals in that field. Advocates are professionals. And the same way, banking is also an industry where professionals are there. That's one which is respected by society. Second is, banking is a profession where you serve the society, okay? You build community. How? Say for example, if you're able to finance one businessman, and with that he's able to build a good business, and he settles off in his career. That's one. Second, if his business becomes big, he's also capable of developing employments. So say for example, if there is a manufacturing company, and if you deny loan, maybe he will not be able to go ahead with his plan to run the business. But say for example, if you give him loan at the right time, and he is able to develop that manufacturing company, where there are a lot of people working, there are a lot of managers, there are a lot of shift in charge, a lot of entry level people who are working, and all of them get employment. Now, why all of these happenings? Because there is a bit of finance need. I'm not saying everything that you will be doing, but there's a significant contribution that you can make in the society, in the community. Okay, so it's a very very noble job. These are few of the points that you can say, and then obviously it's a big organization, it's a good opportunity, there's big salary. I mean, you start with a deputy manager role, you get 4+ lakhs of salary, and then you are just a fresher, and you get your masters in education. So why not? Why not? To get into banking. Cool. So that's a clear and realistic answers. You should also ensure that you are sticking to the truth. Now, say for example, if you worked in the pharmaceutical industry, so you should tell that, hey, I've already worked for 2 years in pharmaceutical industry, where I did not find, say, I did not found my interest. That's one could be. Second could be, I did not see that I can build a good career there, and that's why I want to switch to another industry, which is banking. And banking is doing good. I have seen during pandemic also, see, all the industries, all the shops were closed, but banking is open. Why? Because financial activities are required, because that's how the entire world will keep working. Because sale, purchase, everything will happen only when their banking transactions are happening, right? So it's a very very stable industry. It'll stay, I mean, it'll sustain for a longer period of time, and hence it's a very very attractive industry, right, to make a career, successful career. That's why interested. Few other questions that you can expect is so why banking, and the next question is what is banking. Okay, so go ahead and read a bit. The banking started from barter system. Okay, in the ancient age, people used to exchange that you take goat, give me rice, I give you rice, give me wheat, I give you wheat, you give me plot, I give you gold, you give me plot, something like that. Okay, so it was exchange, and from there slowly banking evolved. So you should go and read a little about what is banking, how did it evolved. That's one. Second is uh, uh, what do you know about ICICI Bank? Okay, so do a bit of a study about ICICI Bank. It reflects that you're interested. So like I said, there should be a theme, where you say that you need it. That means you have put an effort to learn about it. So you should know about ICICI Bank, that there's a full form of ICICI Bank, which is Industrial Credit Investment Corporation of India. Okay, so that you should remember to learn about a few of the fundamentals of the bank. Who was the CEO? What was the last financial year's turnover? What is the share price? When, in which year it got founded. It was initially a financial institution, that it changed into, then it changed into banking. When it changed, who's the current CEO, and all those details. Probably you should get to know about it. You can make like 5 to 10 points in case there is question. Shoot it. Okay. I think apart from these few questions about ICICI Bank, there would be one more question asked to you, is that if you are posted out of your hometown, will you be going? Now the question is, you might not want to go, right? First of all, guys, you should go. In the initial part of your career, if you stay in your hometown, you will not be able to focus well in your career, and you will not be able to make it. So it is very very advisable to everyone, during your initial career, don't take your hometown. Okay, take outside of your hometown, and that will help you to focus a lot in your career. And the first 4 to 5 years of your career is pretty critical to build foundation. And if you are doing good in your first 4 5 years of your career, the rest of the life would be very very smooth. And if you don't do hard work in your first 4 5 years of your career, the rest of the career, you have to work hard. Always remember this, guys. So that's why be very very excited, ready to put all your hard work the moment you get the opportunity for first 4 to 5 years of your life, and then you'll see the entire life is enjoyable. Okay, so whether you want to go out or not, still if it is asked that, say for example, if I give you posting in a remote village, will you go outside of your hometown? The answer should be absolutely yes. Okay, regardless whatever that you want, because it is not that because you have said yes and that's why you will be given outside of hometown. Because when the posting is given, it is completely dependent on what is the business requirements, what is your choice of location, what is your skill sets, and accordingly. Okay, so and 60 to 70% of people will get their hometown itself, depending upon which cities you are coming from. If you are coming from bigger or larger cities where there are a lot of openings, you will usually get your hometown. But if you're coming from small cities where the opportunities are pretty less, then there can be probability that you might not get it. Regardless, if you want to get the job, guys, go ahead and say that I'm absolutely comfortable to go anywhere in the India, or outside of India as well, because bank is available, ICICI Bank is available outside of India as well. So I think these are a few of the tricks and tips for you guys to crack the interview. I'm sure if you follow, you'll be able to clear it. All the best, guys.